What's up, guys? It's your boy Ollie here with another insider interview. Today I have Suan, and we're gonna talk a little bit about his clothing company, Damaged Intentions, and how that started and kind of where it's taken him today. So, do you mind first off just starting by explaining to us a little bit about what you do in the fashion sector and kind of how that came to be?
So basically, I'm the owner and I'm the designer at Damaged Intentions. And I started this shit when I was in high school, like 10th grade, some shit. 10th grade. And at first I started this shit off with $25. Yeah, so it was like, my brother gave me some haircut money and shit one day. And I was turning everybody like, I'm about to make a t-shirt, like, that's what I was saying, right? So like one day I was like, no, what, fuck a haircut, like, I'm about to make some shit. So I went to this place called Generation X, and I bought a $3 shirt, and I went to a stand that make like RIP shirts and shit like that, like the heat press shit. And my cousin worked there, so I was just like, what can you do for me? So like the first shirt I ever made was this shit that said like, only the damaged survive, and like arch letters.
Oh shit.
Yeah. And then like my cousin, he over there, right there, he told me about Big Cartel. And like I made the Big Cartel, and my first sale was in Canada. Yeah.
Wow.
That was years ago. So like now I'm just, you know what I'm saying, I'm just leveling up.
So how long ago was that was it that you did your first shirt?
That was what, 2014, I believe.
Okay.
Yeah, like 2000, like the beginning of 2014.
So you've been on this for a minute then.
Yeah. But like that was like my startup years. That was like the practice shit. Now it was just like, it's established now. Like I'm making bean bags and shit and like carpets. So it's like deep, like this year, like 2019, and this year is like the ones that really count.
Yeah, I seen some of the stuff that you did. It was really, really fantastic. And what stuck out to me was you have such unique, different pieces that you're doing. Like it's not just like a bunch of t-shirts or something like that. Like you really have like a cool catalog of different things. What was it that you'd say really, what was a big turning point for you where you decided to start looking into some of those other products besides just like the t-shirt or like clothing?
So basically I was just like, when you do something, you gotta learn everything. So it's like I was making graphic tees, but I wanted to learn how to sew. So I was getting like dumbass twill and shit from Walmart, and I would try to make like shirts out of twill, like dumb shit like that. And like every time I do something right, so I basically start off by like making patterns at first. So like when I fuck up, I just eliminate that, and I just like keep everything that I did good in my head until like I started making whole like sweaters and shit.
Yeah. So how far into it were you starting to do the patterns? Was that like the first couple of years, or did it take a few years before you really decided that you wanted to sew?
It took me like a year to like get everything down pat as far as the sewing. But like it wasn't that good, but I knew how to make a sweater.
Yeah.
So like around like 2018 is when I actually started making like hard cut and sew shit, like wool sweaters and shit like that. So it took some time, but it wasn't really hard for me to like get into. You know what I'm saying? And I just been doing this since high school. Like I ain't even finished.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, I was like, fuck that shit. Like I want to like focus on my clothes. Like school was slowing me up. I felt like it was like, and then like my mother needed help, so I was like, I need to focus on this.
So when you were doing the clothes and stuff, was that something that for you has been profitable from like the beginning, or is that something that you had to work through a period of kind of just like putting in the time and putting in your money, investing that without really seeing it, but knowing that it was going to come?
I was only making like $800 a drop when I first started. So like, it wasn't that much, And like my mother, like she liked what I was doing, but as far as the money, she was like, well, you need to do this, or you need to get a trade, or you need to get back in school, because they thought it was just like some, like a phase, I guess, or like how it is.
Yeah.
But like that made me go harder. That made me like I gotta stick to this. Like it ain't no plan B or C. I gotta really stick to this shit because this gotta work. Because people think this shit a game, and it was just like, no. Like I remember I didn't even know how to work a sewing machine, and I taught myself everything.
And so you just kind of kept on with it. But it sounds like you were at least making something from that, and so you were able to take something home and have something to show for it, which is honestly impressive for like a lot of designers. There's a lot of kids out here like putting together t-shirts and stuff, and they don't really know how, like, the business behind it. They don't know how to like hustle and then like sell something after they do make it. Because you can have all the great designs in the world, but if you don't know how to actually like build the brand around it, then it's not really gonna take you anywhere.
Right. So that's why I learned everything, like the business side, production work, everything. That's why I was always so big on doing everything myself, because it's like I gotta learn this shit, because it's like if I make $1 million off this shit and something go wrong and I don't know how to fix it, it's gonna look better on my bad. You know what I'm saying? So I learned everything, and I just started recently like doing like photo shoots and shit like a year ago. Yeah, because I didn't want to rush and put shit out. Cause like the internet is timeless. Once something on the internet is there forever. So like I ain't want to look back 40 years from now and be like, this shit was bullshit. Like I gotta, you know what I'm saying? So I'm just like, every time I do a shoot, I make sure I really like this shit. Like I can look back and it's always like, I like that.
What were some of the things that, since you didn't want to start off doing shoots too early, you obviously had a certain bar set for yourself, like a certain standard that you wanted to get to before starting to do those shoots. What was some of the things that you really wanted to do with your first shoots? What was that kind of standard for yourself?
I just want that shit to be hard. Like I didn't even have no type of like thought process behind it. I was like, whatever happened, as long as it just looked nice. Like that's how I was thinking, and that shit was nice.
What was the first collection that you did end up doing like a photo shoot for?
Only did it for one shirt, but it was a collection. It was the Damage Worldwide collection, and so basically I just took a picture of the one shirt like on a model, but like I displayed all the other shit. That's what I did.
Okay.
Yeah. So, but I did some recent shoots. I think my last shoot was in November. So I gotta like go back to New York and do some more shit.
Okay. And so you were doing some of your shoots then in New York. But then tell us a little bit about, so where is the brand actually, where did it start and where were you at when you were like starting the brand?
This brand started in West Baltimore.
Okay.
In like a little ass townhouse.
Yeah.
In my mother's living room.
Yeah.
Like this shit started there, and she was mad because like I really turned our living room into like a studio. Like I brought a backdrop and everything.
Oh shit.
Yeah,
so
like
you were going in.
Yeah, like everything was made in my mother's house. Everything.
And is that like still where things are made, or where did you get to now? Like that.
Oh, now it's made at my crib. Cause like I don't live with my mother no more, but it still get made in the house. Yeah. So now it's just my space. You know what I'm saying? So I don't gotta hear nobody's mouth or nothing like that. But I'm planning on moving to LA.
Are you still in Baltimore then?
Yeah, I'm still here. I'm still there. Not here.
I think it's cool though as a creative when you get the chance to like live in your workspace like that. It's really easy when you have an idea. You have all the tools right there. You can create right away. I think there's a certain disconnect that comes when you put a distance between your workspace and your living space. But at the same time, I think that can sometimes be beneficial as well, because when you do have your workspace right there, sometimes you don't get the chance to necessarily like decompress and like, all right, well, I'm home now, and it's like, then here, let me go to the office or something to put in work. Do you want to keep your workspace like close to you at home, or do you want to eventually like move to a spot where you have that distance?
Yeah, so I like to keep my workspace. I feel as though my workspace is my home because I love what I do. So when I'm chilling, I want to see all my shit. I want to see like sample pieces over there on the floor. You know what I'm saying? Everything. You know what I'm saying? Because that's a part of me.
Yeah.
So I don't ever want to like separate my workspace from like my home. I want all that shit in one.
I see.
You know what I'm saying?
No, and I think that's very inspiring. I've definitely found like some of my artist friends who maybe they're like recording artists and stuff. I have some friends who are artists, and when they record, they like to go off to a studio and do stuff like that. But then other ones, they feel way more comfortable, like you said, where just like in their house, in their element, where everything like kind of makes sense. So I respect that, and I think that brings a certain intimacy to the designs and to the projects that you come up with that you don't really get when you have that, like we were talking about, that disconnect.
Yeah, so I just been doing this, and now I'm gonna move the furniture. Like once my foot really in this fashion shit, I'm moving the furniture. Like I'm making tables and shit. And I need tables. I need fucking sofas. Everything. Like anything you can make, I'm gonna make that shit.
So you want to expand from like apparel and stuff into more of like a lifestyle brand and incorporate like furniture and everything.
I need you to buy a sweater from me and a chair, a fucking spoon. I want you using a bowl that I made. Like I have everything, bowls, everything. Like I'm making everything. So like, and like the thing was, I seen myself come up, so I know I can do it. Like I went from using heat press to fucking making bean bags. Like the quality was fucking terrible. Like it would look good, but it was just like once you wash that shit, it fade. Right. Then it was like I got good ass quality. Like so, whoever, if you want to start your own brand, do that shit. Like you might as well do it, because I know like this shit is like possible. Like you can really level up if you want to do it. Like I'm just glad I ain't like never quit. Like fuck this shit.
I think that's the big part of starting anything for yourself. Is too many people don't want to start because they're afraid of making mistakes.
Yeah, you gotta make mistakes.
And that's just part of the process of learning, is continue to make the mistakes, but then learn from it, like you said. Yeah. Like you're not still heat pressing stuff in the same way that you were, and you're not still doing things the way that you were when you first started. You've leveled up, like you said. And I think that that's the key to anything.
And just be active on social media. Because the people want to see the real you, and they want to see your clothes. Like I use Twitter. Like everybody know the real me. I be on Twitter just tweeting what's on my mind. You know what I'm saying? And it work. Like so just don't, cause you know like some people they try to like be bougie or some shit. Like they don't like interact with nobody. I think that shit dumb, man. These is people, especially like the people that support you, is like you're supposed to interact with them. So they the ones that got me this far, buying my shit. There's some people that brought everything that I cop. I mean everything that I made. So it's like shit crazy to me that people even support me. I don't give a fuck if I get 6 sales. Like that's a big deal to me. Like, cause it's like 6 people fuck with my shit. Like they don't have to fuck with my shit. Like so it's crazy that this shit even work. Even me being in LA right now is crazy. Cause my mother never been to LA. My mother never been on a plane.
Really?
Yeah.
What was that process like? Like, what brought you out here, and what was that whole journey been like for you?
Fucking, what brought me out here really was fucking movies and shit. Like, my favorite movies. Cause I always wanted to go to LA. Like, who don't want to be in LA? So it was like, I gotta go. But then, like, I knew, like, the business side, like, I can make moves out here. Then I really wanted to go. Like, in 2017, I had my first power shop. And, like, I went in, like, bank accounts. I fucked my bank account up doing that shit because, like, I had to do it. Like, I went negative trying to, like, pay for the spot, everything. Like, I did some crazy shit just to do that. And it worked out at the end of the day. Like, I really fucked my bank account up trying to, like, come here just to, like, have a power shop. And it worked. So, you just gotta do it.
I think that's so underrated too, is the fact that a lot of times to make those moves that you're trying to make, those power moves, you have to put all your chips on it. You know what I'm saying? Like, you have to bet your bottom dollar.
Shout out to Bank of America, cause like I fucked that account up. Like, I can't never go back with them ever. Like, but I mean, it was worth it. And I ain't been back to LA since my pop up, so it's a different feeling now. And like, I was going to move to New York, but I think I'm over here. Like,
yeah,
the people here better. I feel like I can get more done here. So I'm gonna just move to LA, and whatever happens, just happen. Like, I'm not really worried about shit. You know, it's like I'm just here.
exactly.
So it is what it is.
I think LA is really cool because there's so many people here who are in the sector like fashion or entertainment, that there's really a lot of opportunities just in, you know, you could bump into anyone in an everyday situation, you know, especially around this area.
Oh hell yeah, you can bump into anybody. Like, who do I really want in my clothes right now? I want Will Ferrell in my shit.
Will Ferrell?
Yeah.
Yo.
Will Ferrell. 50 Cent. 50 Cent, Will Ferrell, and fucking like Uzi.
Yo. Uzi make anything pop.
Yeah. Like Uzi, and that's it. And I think that's it. And fucking, who else? Xavier Wolf.
Xavier Wolf?
Yeah.
Who's like, have you ran into anyone like really interesting that you didn't think you would run into since you've been out here in LA?
Nope. The last person I think I seen was fucking, who did I see? Who did I see? Who was the last person we seen? Like, celebrity or some shit. Vince McMahon, whatever his name is.
Okay,
what's his name?
Oh,
Vic Mensa, bald head ass.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
That's the last person I seen.
Okay.
I didn't say nothing to him, but it's like, that's the last like celebrity I seen. But I need to run into Uzi, cause I know. And Rico Nasty. I need to see Rico Nasty too.
Yo, Rico Nasty is so hard.
Cause my shit match what she got going on.
I think
it's like, once she see my shit, I know she'll like it. So I need to do that. I need to get on that.
I think, yeah, being out here, definitely you have the opportunities to run into kind of anyone and make those connections and make those placements that really can take something that's successful already on its own and really just take it to the whole next level. So I want to hear a little bit more. You said that you made a beanbag. What was the process like creating that? Is that something that you sewed up yourself by hand?
Oh hell no! Like, I basically just made like the rough draft, like on the computer. But as far as me like sewing it myself, I got a manufacturer for the bean bags. I don't think I'm ready to like make bean bags.
Yeah.
Like actually like by hand.
I feel like you'd have to have like an industrial sewing
Yeah, you
machine
need
or
some like big shit, and then it's like printed all over. So you need more than just like sewing skills.
So what was it though that it first inspired you to make a beanbag? Like when did you have that idea and how did that come about?
So I recently put all my stuff in storage because I'm trying to move. So everything boxed up. So I was just like in the house thinking to myself like, what would I want in my crib? You know what I'm saying? So everything that I want in my house that I thought about, I just like released it. So I was like, I want a beanbag. I came up with a design. I'm like, I must release this shit. Like, not just have it in my crib. Like, somebody else gonna want this shit. So like everything that I release is gonna be in my crib.
I like that.
Yeah. So it's like, if you want your shit to look like mine, you can just copy it.
So you basically just have an idea of like your dream house, and then you're slowly like making.
Yeah, like on some Barbie shit.
That's
so
fire.
It's like I want some like Barbie shit, like just making shit.
Yo.
So that's what I'm doing, and the bed coming soon.
The bed?
Yeah, cause you need the bed for the hole. So you need a nice bed. You know what I'm saying? So do that, and the bean bag, that was an idea too, cause I was like, I need a bean bag for that. Like you get some pussy on the bean bag. It's like whoever did that before is like, think about it. Like you can do that. It's possible now. Like if you got that shit, you can do it.
Yup.
So I'm just making whatever. I'm gonna make some pillows next.
I like that.
And then far as the blanket.
Like, you brought the blanket in there.
Yeah.
And I checked that out earlier. That shit was fire.
That was like the first thing I made that wasn't clothes, I believe, was the blanket.
Okay, so that was the first thing that you made, and then you like slowly benched out. What other things have you made besides clothes? You got the blanket and the beanbag. Is there anything else that you?
Rugs.
Rugs?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And phone cases, skateboards, shit like that. That's about it for now. I'm dropping another beanbag at the end of March.
Oh shit.
A black one.
Okay.
So that's gonna be hard. The damaged treat beanbag with the smiley face.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like that shit gonna be hard.
Is it that smiley face, the one with like the grenades?
Yeah,
and
that shit. So
hey.
That shit gonna be hard. That's my favorite one, I think, cause it's black and yellow.
Yo,
Other shit white.
Pittsburgh colors for real.
Yeah, right. Wiz, I need Wiz in my shit too.
Yo, he would go crazy for one of those beanbags.
I need Wiz in my shit. Like I collab with Wiz.
I can see it now too, just like a picture of him like up in the beanbag, like smoking fat. Like
a big ass raw cone.
Yeah.
Like I never think too when I'm out here, like I never just walked in a dispensary and cop grass, like weed. And like when I came out here, I just did that shit, and I just find that shit so crazy how you can do that. Cause like I'm not used to that kind of shit. Like I said, I haven't been out here since 2017.
Mm-hmm.
So shit different. I'm 22 now. So shit was different when I first came out here.
Oh yeah.
Or like what I was doing, I wasn't even really smoking like that for one. But like now I just be like the cookies, everything, just be smoking, getting high.
Yo, cookies be hitting.
Hell yeah. The motherfucking gelato.
Yeah. Yo, no, it makes such a difference, like, coming out here, especially when I moved out here, it's from Texas, and Texas is, like, so strict with everything.
Mm-hmm.
And you're right, just being able to, like, walk in and shop, like, pick out what you need, and
shit
it's,
crazy,
like, all good.
Like, you order weed, like, that shit, fucking, some chips or some shit. Like, you just walk in, you cop, you know what I'm saying? It's like, you go, like, this LA shit weird, like, this shit crazy, like, and it be gas. It don't be no bullshit. Like, you can get some good shit. I just find that shit crazy. They need to shut all these little, like, what's that shit called? CBD or
CBD?
They need to shut that shit down.
Yeah, you ain't fucking with the CBD?
That shit down.
I think it's, like, it's good for people who get, like, paranoid off the weed and shit, though, who want to, like, be able to relax, though.
So you smoke that shit with the gas?
No, so, like...
Or you mix it together?
I mean, you could. It's just, I know a lot of people that they don't really like smoke because like it gets them like too high, like they get like anxiety
and shit.
But yet they'll like smoke a CBD joint or something before they go to bed, and that way they can still sleep because it like calms them without like getting them hot.
But that's how you know it's gas when you get anxiety. Like when your anxiety like start fucking up, that's how you know it's gas. If it ain't giving you anxiety attacks, it ain't gas. It's like some Reggie, some shit, some mid.
You heard it here first. Y'all just need to grow up. Like,
yeah, y'all
that
need to grow
anxiety.
up. Y'all need to have them attacks a little bit. Like, I need to tweak out a little bit. That's the best shit. You know what I'm saying?
People always ask me, they're like, man, how do you smoke so much? Like, and like still function? And I'm convinced, like, it's just a matter of like how much you smoke.
Yeah.
If you only smoke like once a week, like that shit's gonna get you so high you won't be able to do anything. So you just smoke more.
Right.
Like smoke like 3 times a day, you'll be fine.
Right, you gonna be high as shit. Like it's gonna be normal to you. Like I used to have like anxiety attacks off the gas when I wasn't smoking like that. But like now that I smoke it like constantly, I'm good. Sometimes I might feel like I want to tweak out because of the gas. That's what gas is gonna do to you. You're gonna be fucked up. You know what I'm saying? So I don't drink because that shit nasty. Like Henny nasty. I don't know what's up with people drinking that nasty ass shit. The last thing I did drink in the summertime, I had some fucking vodka bombs, and I was fucked up. I was like throwing up everywhere. Uber was going too fast, so I was throwing up and shit. So I ain't never fucking with that shit again.
Yeah, alcohol is no joke, man. Like, I've seen so many, like, personal friends and stuff just fucking up their lives, and, you know, I've had my own instances with it, and I'm the same thing, like, drinking is just not the move.
That shit not it.
Shit. Just get real high, like, even if you do get the anxiety, at least worse happens, you just fall asleep.
Pop some Adderall, some shit. Don't drink, though. Like,
nah.
Anything, anything, but don't drink. That shit is terrible.
Not good for your body.
You get a hangover and you looking dumb in the morning, like you look stupid as shit, and you feel terrible. I never woke up off the gas and felt terrible. I wake up and I'm like, damn, I was high as shit last night. Like that's how I wake up. So, and it helped me a lot. Like it helped me come up with ideas and shit. I be coming up like when I'm high, I be coming up with like restaurant ideas and shit, like everything. Shit. Like, I be in a house like we about to make a restaurant, like fuck it.
It's a scientific fact. Weed makes you more creative.
Yeah,
that's for sure.
That shit most definitely kicking in. Like, you get what I'm saying? So I'm ready to stick with the gas, and that's it.
Big facts. Do you have any plans of maybe like opening up like a dispensary or coming up with like your own like weed strain someday?
So I came up with some shit. I forgot what that shit was going to be called, but it was like a good ass name. But I can easily come up with a name though. It gotta be some crazy shit that's going to get people to want to try it. Yeah. I can't with hella names because I think I want to do that.
I think that'd be sick. I mean, especially with all the like home goods and stuff, and that's really like the direction things are moving in nowadays. Like you were talking about earlier, getting all the stuff from the home and kind of expanding beyond just like clothing. People now, it's like lifestyle brands are really what's taking like hold. So if you come up with something like, you know, you got your own weed, you got your own like...
Yeah, and that'd be good for what I'm doing because like my brand is called Damaged Intentions. So like on my clothes and shit, it's like Damaged Intentions Coat Club. So like I want the people that support me to feel like family, like they're a part of something. That's why like, I add like the Coat Club part and shit. And like I always put like a number on my phone, a number on my shirts, and they work. Like you can call me and I answer that shit. And I didn't talk to so many people, like random people, like just like if somebody wearing my shirt and they see the number, they can call that shit and I'll pick up. Like
that's raw.
Yeah, so it's like I didn't talk to so many different people about so much shit. And I always want to feel valuable for the people that support me. Like I don't like to be distant because like I said, they like got me where I'm at. Cause I wasn't doing this. I mean, I want to be broke because I do some other shit, but this is what I want to do. So technically, if I wasn't doing this, I wouldn't have shit. I'd probably be like, I don't know what the fuck I'd be doing, but I'd be doing something.
That's such a good mindset to have, though, honestly. because it sounds like you really understand, like, and you're really down to earth with the people. I honestly haven't seen anyone else have such like a finger on the pulse.
Yeah, like I want like the people to feel like they're a part of something, and not they just buying my clothes. Like that's and like I'm starting a blog called Damaged Leader Scenes, and it's just like, cause when people come to my website, I want them to be like interested in other shit and not just like buying shit like on some like get out and buy, or why you say that shit, like hurry up and buy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like I want like add shit on there, plugs and shit.
So how did you come up with the concept of the brand itself? How did it develop over the years? Because obviously, like the first shirts you said, what was the slogan?
Only the damaged survive.
Only the damaged survive.
Yeah. So basically, I made this shirt. Like my mother got sick when I was in school, when I was in 8th grade, and she survived that shit. She had like an infection and some shit like that. So she survived that shit, and that was in 2011. You know what I'm saying? And I was staying with my cousin because she was like getting help. You know what I'm saying? And then when my mother came home in 2012, my brother got shot on Christmas Eve. Yeah, so he survived that shit. So that's how I came up with the name, because it was like it was so much shit happening, and it was like everybody was surviving. And that's how I did that shit, because like he was fucked up. Like it was a lot of fucked up shit happening, but everybody still kept that cool, and everybody still like just kept going. So that shit, that's really how like I came up with the first shirt, and I just kept going.
And then at what point along the process did you start like putting the number on there to really get people involved?
I started doing that in 2000, like the beginning of 2000 and the end of like 2018 when I did that. Started doing that shit, and it been up ever since. I changed the number 3 times though. Like I just changed the number like 3 days ago. So like once I like the new designs I'm about to drop, it's gonna be the new number on there. It's gonna be a LA number. At first it was a New York number. Yeah. The first shirt, as a matter of fact, no, I'm lying to you. The first time I put a number on a shirt was in 2017 after my pop-up shop. I was walking, I was in Hollywood and I was walking, I seen like the posters and shit, and it was just like, it gave me like real like cult vibes. Yeah. And like I was like, yo, I'm about to put a number on a shirt, so I made like this shirt, like a poster, like a flyer, and it was Damaged Intentions Beverly Hills Coke Club, and then it was like the number and shit. So I've been doing that shit in 2017. I did that shit when I first did it, and I've been doing it ever since.
That's sick.
Hell yeah.
And so that pop-up, was it a collaboration you did with like another brand, or was it something you kind of just like...
That's why it was so hard, because I did it by myself.
All yourself?
It was me. Like,
yo,
that shit was stressful. I was on a plane like sweating, because it was like, what the fuck? Like, I came out this bitch with a little bit of money, to the point where as though my brother was like, you going there with no money? And I'm like, well, I gotta make this shit back. Like, hopefully I'll sell enough shit to make it back. Cause like I ain't have no money when I was doing that shit. Like, I was only making like $1,000 a drop or some shit like that. And I had did like a collab, I believe, around that time. So I had extra money. But when you living, that shit go.
$1,000 goes.
Yeah, so like I was living, and then I was like getting together this pop-up shit, and it was just like, that shit was crazy. But I did it. Like I had a good time when I was going my first time, and I made some money back, and I was just out here. Then I went back home and shit, and it was crazy because I had Wells Fargo, so when I had fucked my Bank of America account up, I went right to Wells Fargo and shit. and they had locked my car when I was in LA, when I was out here. So I had went to a Wells Fargo in Hollywood, and I told them what was going on, and it was this lady, and she was like, "You want me to just like report your car stolen?" And I was like, she was like, "You can get all your money back." And I was like, "Hell yeah!" So we reported my car stolen, and everything that I spent from when I was in LA, I got that shit back.
Hey.
So it was like, that shit was crazy. I finessed Wells Fargo, but they caught on. So they negative my account, and I was like, fuck that shit. So fuck Wells Fargo and fuck Bank of America.
Oh shit.
Yeah, so fuck them banks.
Yeah, nah. Banks will be your friend one day, but then next it's like all on your own.
Right, so that whole experience was fun. And I was staying in a fucking motel in Inglewood, like.
Oh shit.
Yeah, like I was staying in a motel in Inglewood, and like that shit wasn't too bad, like, cause like I was coming from Baltimore, like West Baltimore, and it was like I was already used to that shit. Like it was crazy out there, bitch. Like it was like that. It was like I was just walking around and shit. I found a barber out there, and like
in Inglewood.
Yeah, like
bad.
I went to fucking Flavor Table. That shit was good. Like the shrimps like this big. That was before I went vegan. So I went vegan like the end of 2017. So like I think that was like the last like meat meal that I had was that shit, Flavor Table and shit.
The big ass shrimp.
Yeah, shout out to Flavor Table in Inglewood. Like that grits be good. Like.
So what kind of what ended up inspiring you to go vegan?
Like health. Like I grew up on like fucking pork chops and cold cuts and shit, like dumb shit, just not good for your body. So I was trying to like, I didn't want nothing to stop me from getting in my, like, you know what I'm saying, like getting rich. I ain't want to like die from a fucking illness or some shit, but I could have prevented it. So it was like I gotta make sure I'm doing everything right, which I still can, but it's like at least I'm doing something right. Like I can't control everything, but I can control my diet. They be like health is wealth, so I'm like, I'm about to go vegan, fuck it. And I eat good. I eat big ass burgers, chicken nuggets and shit. I eat everything. Like it's not even that bad. I drink kombucha instead of like soda.
Yeah.
That shit good.
That shit's so fire. My mom, like, she tried making it at home once though, and that shit's delicious, but boy, it can smell.
Yeah, cause that shit fermented. You sit that shit in a cabinet for like a couple days or some shit like that. I never made it by myself. I'm not trying to do that shit, but I most definitely buy it from the store. Cause I'm not with that.
Low-key, I think it tastes better when you buy it from the store.
Yeah, just let them do it. Like
it's too much, that process.
Like, I don't need to make kombucha. Like, what the fuck I'm gaining from that? Like, it's like $2. I can just buy that shit. And I just be drinking that shit and drinking my water. I don't fuck with Dasani.
Yeah.
That shit's bullshit. Or like Aquafina.
Fuck
if
Aquafina.
You drink that, you crazy shit. Like something wrong with you. Cause that shit's like.
You be drinking like the alkaline water in there?
Yeah. Fiji and Smart Water and fucking that Stenchy or some shit like that.
Oh yeah, the Stenchy drink.
So I be drinking that shit, and I'm vegan now, and I ain't doing nothing else. Like that's the only thing I wanted to change in my life, and I did. So my mother was still eating pork chops. You know what I'm saying? But fuck it though, it still be like when I go over our house, it smell good. But like, no, I don't want that shit. The fried chicken and shit with the macaroni and fucking greens with the neck bones in it and shit was like, you can have that shit. I ain't with it no more. I ain't never really like drank milk. That shit nasty. Like I know people that drink like a glass of milk and that shit stink. Like milk stink. Like that shit is fucking nasty. But yeah, so I'm just out in LA right now.
I think that's commendable though, honestly. how you're really making sure to watch out for your own health, because that is a big part of being successful. Is you got to take care of your whole being. You know, if you're not healthy, if you're not alive and well, it's going to be hard for you to make the moves that you need to make in order to take your brand or your idea, your dreams to where they want to be.
Right, because I don't want to, like, have a fucking heart attack one day off the state, and I'm fucked up now. But if I die, like, my cousins got to take over my brand.
Yeah?
Yeah, like, both of them, so.
Do you have... Now, like, obviously you talked about how you kind of did everything yourself and you started everything yourself. You know how to do all the different parts and pieces of your business. But at this point, as you've been doing it for a few years now, do you have other people involved, like, helping you out? Or is it still just, like, 100% you right now?
My cousin.
Your cousin?
He helped me out a lot. So, when I'm busy with something, he just recently started doing like graphics for me and shit. To the point where as though I can be minding my business somewhere and like he just pop up with a graphic like, yo, I think this might go with it. And he know what I like, so 9 times out of 10 I'm gonna use that shit. And this shit just started like a month ago when he just started doing this shit. Cause he graphic, he got his own brand.
Yeah.
So he helped me out a lot. And my other cousin, he helped me out a lot too. Like anything I asked him to do, he'd do it. So it's just us. You know what I'm saying? It's just us.
I think that's good though, growing it like within the family too.
Yeah.
And then as you get more people kind of joining that team, you know, obviously you want to keep it close knit so that you have that good communication. You know.
Yeah. Keep it in the family.
But then at the same time, like you were saying, if something happens to you, there's other people who kind of have that vision that they can carry it on. Because when you have that, then your ideas and stuff, they become bigger than you.
Yeah. But I mean, I don't think nothing gonna happen to me right now.
No.
I hope not. You know what I'm saying? But if it do, we good regardless.
Yeah.
Shit still gonna blow up. Shit still gonna be bigger than me. You get what I'm saying? Like. Even like my shit that made it overseas was for me. Like I don't even got a passport, but like my shit is in Sweden, London. I done got orders everywhere, except for like Africa or some shit. But everywhere else is there.
I love that shit with the new kind of like world that we live in, with the internet being able to take everything any place.
Yeah.
You know, it's so easy. You don't, like you said, you don't even have to travel yourself.
You ain't gotta travel.
And your shit can be all over the world.
Right. This shit crazy. Like, I just hate filling them fucking custom forms. It's annoying, but it's like, that shit be feeling good. Like, once they actually get it, it's like, damn, my shit is in London right now. Like, Paris and shit. Like, that shit crazy.
So, are there any places that you do want to go with the brand? Like, anywhere that you see yourself traveling that you've always wanted to go?
Tokyo.
Tokyo?
Hell yeah, like I want to stay in Tokyo and London. And I want to stay in Tokyo for a couple months. I feel I can get a lot done out there. And in London too. So like, when I get my passport, I'm going to go to London first. But like all this crazy shit about like viruses and shit right now, that shit going around. So I'm kind of scared to travel right now because like, this shit crazy out here. Like, people dying.
Big facts. See, I don't think right this second is the time to be making those moves.
So I'm gonna just stay here. You get what I'm saying? I'm gonna lay low. And then like once that shit blow over, I'm out.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But like, people gotta start washing their hands because that's why this shit out now. Because niggas is filthy out here. Like they not washing their hands and shit, and they all this bitch putting their fingers in their mouth. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, everything. Nasty shit.
Yeah, don't be nasty. Y'all heard it here first. Wash your motherfucking hands.
You digging up your ass and then you dapping me up. I don't like that. That's disrespectful. That's why I be giving niggas the pound, like doo-doo hands and shit. Like, I don't like that. I don't like doo-doo fingers and shit.
Mad disrespectful. Yeah, just go for the pound. It's
but
safe.
the pound, that's dead too now. Like I just do the head nod because the virus out. And that shit traveling, so I just hit you with the head nod and I keep it moving.
Yeah, you can't even really afford to do the pound no more. I know last night I went out to like a jazz club with my friends, and the bouncer, they knew him, whatever, they went to dap him up, he's like, nah, I'm not doing that. He like hit him with the pound, but he was real light with it too. He's like, yeah, no coronavirus.
Right, giving niggas the elbow, like.
I learned that when I was doing like food service industry. That's how like everyone in the food industry daps each other up.
Yeah,
they just hit the elbow.
I mean, that shit crazy, but I'm gonna be good though. I keep my mask on when I'm at the airport. I got 2 masks.
Have you done any masks yet with your brand?
I'm gonna make some now. If this shit get you out of hand, I'm making a whole fucking bodysuit.
Yeah.
Yeah, like fuck it. I might as well just make the whole like with the mask and shit with it. Like on some juggernaut shit.
That'd be crazy though.
Yeah, fuck it. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna sell that bitch for like 2,000.
People still want to look fly, but be protected, you know.
Yeah,
so
because
it's a market
like,
for that.
if this shit get you out of hand, they gonna pay that money for it, and you gonna look nice.
Yeah.
You gonna like a fucking astronaut.
Shit, let me know when you got one of those. I might have to get it.
Yeah.
I heard shit's getting crazy.
Yeah, niggas is dying from that shit. I heard like that like there's nothing really to worry about unless you like a baby, like an old person or some shit. Like, I don't think it's that serious. It's just like spreading fast.
Yeah.
Like that shit's out here. That shit out in LA right now, I think too.
Yeah. I think there was just like another confirmed case like yesterday or something.
Yeah, it was dying. It's cold blood.
But yeah, you gotta just keep yourself safe, eat healthy like you was talking about, and we'll be alright.
First person called next to me getting choked up.
Bro.
Cause like, fuck it, put you in the L like this.
Shit. I don't know about all that though. You gotta be pretty close to someone to choke them out.
And they already coughed on me now, so it was like, fuck it, might as well just take them out first.
We're in this together.
Yeah, like I'm gonna just take you out first. Like, that shit probably gonna take like a couple of days or some weeks. But like, you going out right there, like I'm gonna choke the shell you like this.
You ain't infecting no one else.
And my cousin gonna hit you in your stomach. You gonna die. Fuck it, like, you know what I'm saying? Like we going out together.
Hey, the world needs more heroes like that though.
Real shit. Like that shit just crazy, yo. Like the world's so crazy. And all these diseases and viruses and shit like that. Like, what can you do though? Like, can't do shit but wash your hands.
Big things. I think that's like, if anything, as I was hearing all these crazy stories, what really stood out to me was the fact that this is something that's affecting the whole world.
Right. And
so in a sense, it's like, it's a trial that we all have to face, and at the same time, like you said, there isn't really much you can do.
What can you do?
You know? And so it kind of, you know, while it's separating people in a way, it's also bringing us together because we're all going through the same thing.
Right.
You know?
You can't really do shit. Like, what can you do?
Yeah.
Nothing. You can't. I mean, only thing you can do is wash your hands. And that's about it. And stay the fuck home. I be in the house most of the time. So I don't gotta deal with none of that shit. Like, I be in the house. Just every day. Chilling. Like, if that shit get in my house, then I don't know what the fuck went wrong. Cause I be in the fucking house. I be in the house, like, watching TV and shit. On the computer, on Twitter. Watching fucking Bleach.
Hey, you watch like Bleach and shit?
Yeah.
That shit's so fire.
That's the best anime to me. Like, I don't care what nobody say. Like, Bleach is one of the best animes. It's a hood classic.
Yeah.
That shit used to come on fucking, Adult Swim or some shit like that back in the day.
Back like at night and shit?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I ain't had cable, so like, only time I would really get to watch that shit if I'm at somebody's house. And then like, when I got older, I rewatched it. I watched every episode. I just got Kenny tatted on me.
Oh, for real?
Hell yeah.
Yo,
I got
that
this shit
shit
done
is hard.
yesterday and shit. So it's like, this shit hurt.
Yo,
like,
yeah, the stomach hurts like a motherfucker.
This shit hurt like a bitch. Like, that's like the worst feeling in the world. Like,
that's so hard though.
So like, and then I'm gonna get Shinji next.
Mhm.
and he gonna be on my back.
Okay, is it gonna be like the whole thing or just?
It's gonna be his face with his mask on, with his motherfucking visor mask.
Yeah.
So it's like that shit gonna be hard.
Well, I remember like my mom didn't let me watch anime as a kid, but it's something I've been watching like a lot now. Like as I got older, when I first started watching Bleach, I was like, damn, all these like rappers out here with their like face tattoos and shit look like Soul Reapers.
Yeah, like 6ix9ine and shit.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
And they be lying. Like I remember one time he was like explaining the meaning, and then you can tell it's bullshit because like, come on, 6ix9ine is like explanatory. Like who he got it from, where he got it from. He got it from Bleach. Like
big fact.
Why can't you just say that? Like I got it from Bleach. But he won't act like a fucking clown and be like, oh, I mean, the good and the bad. Like, what the fuck you talking about? That's why he locked up. Because he be lying. Like,
yeah, don't be lying. You'll get yourself locked up, for real.
Shit crazy out there. But hell yeah, so I'm not even done yet. Like, I try to get like a new tattoo like every 2 weeks. Or like a week. I done got like, I got the Kampachi and the Betty Boop shit done in like a week apart.
Oh shit.
Yeah, so it's like I just keep going. Like if I get an idea tomorrow, I'll get that shit. Like,
do you have like good artists out in Baltimore? Or have you gotten any since you've been out here?
Yeah, I got this shit yesterday by Steven.
Oh shit.
Yeah, he right up the street. That shit called like what's that shit called?
Golden Dagger.
Golden Dagger.
Okay.
So if you in LA and you on Melrose, go to Steven, ask for Steven. He got a bald head, but he nice as shit. Like,
at Golden Dagger, you said?
At Golden Dagger, like he nice.
Yo, I have to check him out.
Yeah, he nice, and he like the coolest person to talk to, like, and everything. Like,
that's good in a tattoo artist, cause like when you get tatted, like, shit, having a good conversation, something to take your mind off of it.
yeah, like
it makes all the difference.
That shit really don't matter to me, cause that shit still hurt regardless. But it's just like, it's good to know you're gonna be okay, like, you know what I'm saying? But I just be like, when I get my tattoos, I just sit there. I don't move or nothing. Like, I just, cause it hurts so fucking bad. Like, I can't even really do nothing.
Would you say that's like the worst one that you got so far?
Yeah, that was the worst one. And like the Mickey and Minnie Mouse one. This shit hurt bad.
Yo, is that Mickey fucking Minnie?
Yeah.
Yo.
So it's like this shit and this shit hurt like the most.
That's crazy.
These two right here. And like this shit hurt too.
What's that one say?
They say self-destruct.
That's fire, bro.
So, yeah, so it's like I'm just getting my shit. I'm just getting my tattoos right now. I think I'm gonna get like a bee right here on my
like a letter B?
No, like a bumblebee.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, some shit right there. I don't know. I'm thinking about it.
That go hard.
Yeah. People like, you shouldn't get it. I'm like, fuck that shit. I'm gonna get it. Like, why not?
I think you should just do what you want to do, you know?
Yeah, I might just get that shit. I feel like get it tomorrow. Like, I don't know. I might. I don't know. Like, but hell yeah, so I just been getting tattoos and just working on new designs. That's really about it. That's it.
With your designs, do you drop them kind of just like as you have the designs, or do you like formulate things into collections and drop like whole collections at a time?
Sometimes, like it really all depends on how I'm feeling. Like if I'm like in a rush and like I make some shit that's that hard, I'll just drop that shit like 2 weeks after I made it. Or whenever I really want to drop that shit. It really all depends. Like, as of lately, I just been dropping like 4 pieces at once. At a time. So it was like last month I dropped like 5 pieces. And like this month I dropped like 5 or like 4. Some new shit. So I just be just dropping shit randomly. Cause like right now I'm just trying to like get my name out there, so it's like fuck all that collection, spring, winter. I gotta wait. Like no, I'm just dropping shit whenever. Like I can drop some shit now if I want. Like fuck it.
I like that because I feel like that fits with your perspective on being so active in social media and really being connected with your followers. because then you can be fluid with the way that you release things, you know, and like you said, if you just have an idea, you can just put that shit out there, you can tweet about it, and your followers like know what's up, and so that almost builds like a closer connection than like, oh no, we're waiting for this like specific deadline, you know.
Yeah, like this shit dumb. Like even like sometimes I might tweet some shit like, if you want to see some unreleased shit, just like this tweet I sent to you. So it's like, if you like the tweet, you can see like unreleased hoodies and all that shit. Like
that's tight.
Yeah, so sometimes I just show them like, fuck that shit. So like then when I drop it on the TL, they ready because they already seen it. You know what I'm saying? All you gotta do is like tweet like I sent you.
Plus then like everyone that you send that that likes that tweet and that you send that to feels like they got something special, you know?
Because like really you saying it before like everybody.
That's so sick.
Hell yeah, so that's what I do. And I'm just trying to get big with this shit. Like have my own store. You know, everything. I just recently put my clothes in a store 2 weeks ago called Pipe Dreams. And like that was a big accomplishment because like now like my mother see this shit and like my brother, and it's like my brother he 33. So it's like now they know like this shit is legit. Like my shit's in the store, my shit is selling, and it's like they can't do nothing but respect it. Cause like this shit is working. Like I did shit for my mother with this money. So it's like, you get what I'm saying? This shit really working. It's crazy as shit because I wasn't ready to put my clothes in the store 3 years ago. Not even 2 years ago. But like everything just come together. So like now I'm ready. I know what I gotta do. I didn't even know what a fucking line sheet was like 2 years ago. Like shit was crazy.
What's the line sheet?
The line sheet's basically just your clothes, like on like a white background with like the prices and shit.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so it's like simple shit like that. I didn't know what the fuck is a line sheet, man. I didn't know what that was. And like when you put your clothes in the store, most buyers want to see like your line sheet. They want to see what do you have. You know what I'm saying? Like all together and shit. I didn't know what the fuck that was 2 years ago. But like now it's like it's easy shit. Like it's just shit that you're supposed to know. You know what I'm saying? So right now I'm just like working on like I want to put my clothes in like a store in New York and LA and like Baltimore cause my hometown. I already did that. So it's like I just got like 2 more places that I want to do and then just like chill. Like if you want my shit, you gotta go to this one store. I'm not trying to like have my shit in like a whole bunch of stores.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? So
keep it exclusive.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to do right now. And that's what brought me out here. So I've just been working and getting tattoos, watching anime and shit.
That's fire.
Doing shit like that. Eating Monty's.
Yeah.
I eat that shit 3 days in a row. Like that shit's good. Like
what's your favorite thing to get there?
The double stack burger and shit. With the the fries nasty as shit. In-N-Out nasty. They remind me of In-N-Out fries. In-N-Out is fucking nasty. I hate that shit. Like I don't know why people love that shit, but that shit nasty to me. I've eaten this like Monty's. That shit is good. Like the fries not good, but the burgers is good. So it's like, fuck it. I'm about to get some of that shit right now after I'm done this. Like
go crazy.
Big ass burger with the milkshake and shit. And I had some pizza yesterday from this place called Mr. Pizza. Shit was good.
Yo, if you fucking with like vegan like burgers and shit like that, if you ever get a chance, just down the street here, there's a spot called Vow Burger, like VOW. They are amazing. They have some of the best like vegan milkshakes I've ever had.
For real? I think yesterday was my first time having a vegan milkshake. I never had one.
What do you think?
That shit was good. Like that shit tastes just like a regular milkshake. That's why I don't really see no point in like eating like shit like that no more. Like a original milkshake, cause like I can eat this shit and not be fucked up and get like bubble guts and shit.
Right. If like you just feel so much better afterwards, like, cause like a regular ass milkshake, like you said, you feel
get
weird.
Get the farting and shit, and then like you be around the hoes and you farting, you gonna scare the hoes away. It's like what the fuck do you want to scare? Why you want to scare the hoes over a milkshake? Like that's dumb.
Yeah, no.
So I'm gonna stick with the vegan milkshakes and that, and just, you know what I'm saying?
Go vegan. Don't scare the hoes away. Come
Don't
on.
scare the hoes. Don't scare the hoes. Go vegan. If you're not vegan, you're scaring the hoes. Like
straight up.
And don't drink Coca-Cola. That shit weird.
Yeah.
If you drink Coca-Cola, you weird as shit. You crazy. Like I done seen like people like bust back the whole Coca-Cola in one sip, man. I'm like, what the fuck's wrong with you? Like, you crazy as shit. Like, that shit not normal.
No.
Like, what the fuck?
Have you seen like the videos they put like, they use like Coca-Cola to like clean shit out and stuff?
Yeah.
And like they show you what's in it and there's like all this nasty shit.
Mm-hmm.
It's like so strong it can like eat away at like different
Yeah, like you
materials.
use that shit to clean your tub and toilet and shit. You drinking that shit. Like, I ain't gonna lie to you, like, my favorite soda is fucking root beer. Cause that shit hit. And when I tell people this shit, they think I'm crazy, but root beer good as shit. It's like the best soda to drink.
Big facts. It's like so smooth. And
Yeah,
shit.
like root beer is a shit.
Have you found any good like more health conscious root beers or anything like that?
No, like fuck it. Like we just drinking straight root beer.
Yeah.
Like fuck it. I want everything that's in it. Whatever is in that shit, sugar, whatever. I'm busting that bitch back. Like I don't drink it like that, but I might just get some root beer today. Like fuck it.
Fuck it.
I'm gonna get a big ass thing of root beer like this.
They got root beer at Monty's?
They sell root beer emojis?
No, it's lemonade.
No,
Shit.
but I'm gonna find that shit though.
Yo, let's do it.
The root beer with the fucking boiled dog on there.
Yeah, what's that? Is that Bart?
I don't know, but that shit like the best root beer.
Yeah.
Yeah, whoever made that shit snap.
I haven't seen that shit in a minute.
They sell that shit like KFC and shit.
Mhm.
I mean, I used to eat that shit. I used to eat that nasty ass shit like back in the day. Like that shit used to hit though, especially that little like chicken sandwich, like barbecue chicken sandwiches. They used to
the
go
like honey barbecue one.
Yeah, with the
Yeah.
2 little dumbass pickles. I think they put on there. That shit used to be good, but it's like I was eating like before I went vegan, I was eating Popeyes real heavy,
Mm-hmm.
and that shit is good. Like I don't give a fuck if I never like I'm not eating meat again, but like I will always like vouch for Popeyes. Like that shit hit.
I think any vegetarian who tries to act like meat doesn't even taste good is definitely lying. Like,
Right.
because there's some shit that it might not be good for you. You may reach a certain point where you're like, alright, I know that this is not what I should be eating, but like, goddamn, some of that shit is still so delicious.
Yeah, and it's like people be like, why you eat vegan chicken if you don't like eating real meat? Like that's weird. It's dumb. Like I like seasoned food. Like what the fuck you talking about? Like I eat food because it's seasoned. It tastes good. That's why. Like nobody never said shit didn't taste good. It's just that it's not good for you.
Right.
So if I can get some vegan chicken that tastes like chicken and it's seasoned like chicken, I want to eat that shit.
Big
And I'm gonna enjoy it. Like I'm vegan for health reasons, not for like chicken safeties and shit. Like I'm not trying to like protect the chicken and shit. So it's
Right.
like, I mean, I fuck with the animals, but let's be real. Like who really like jumping in front of a gun for a chicken? But people act like that. Like, oh, I'm vegan for the animals. Like shut the fuck up.
Well, I think one of the biggest things that, and I didn't realize this at first when I went like vegetarian and stuff, was just the idea that, you know, being vegan or vegetarian is also so much better for the environment
Yeah.
too. And it's like, if you think about all the like land that you have to like keep like animals, and then all the food you have to feed to keep them alive until they're ready to be eaten, like that's a lot more resources that you're going through than if you're just eating the plants that would normally have gone to them, you know?
Right, and that shit is like the way they treat the animals is crazy. Like the pigs and the cows and shit is just,
it's fucked up.
they been in nasty ass cages and barns and shit, and you eat that shit.
And you can like, I feel like that taints the meat too, just like
Like you fucking, like you putting all that shit in your body. And I heard that like when like a cow, I believe, or like I think any animal, when they in fear, something like releasing their body, it's some shit like that. And it's like it get in the meat.
Yeah, you can like taste it and shit.
And it's like that shit is like the cause of like stress and shit. It's like this like shit release when they in fear. It's like, I want that shit. It's like, I don't want that shit.
I believe that, yeah, because it's like you are what you eat, and if you're eating something that was afraid, then you go be afraid.
Now you go bitch. You eating like you scared ass cows and pigs and shit. So it's like, I don't want it.
Nah.
So I've been good out here. Like, and another thing about LA is a lot of like vegan varieties and shit. So it's like, I'm all these bitches eating like whatever. It's like in New York too, there's a lot of shit in New York. There's this place called Screamers in New York. They sell these big ass vegan slices of pizza, and they good. Like that's the best pizza I had in my life.
I still haven't had a good vegan pizza yet. I got to try that.
You gotta go to New York. You gotta go to Screamers.
Screamers?
Yeah, that shit hit. And Mr. Pizza's good. It's over here.
They got vegan?
Yeah, that shit good. Like it's called Mr. Pieces, and that shit hit.
I'm gonna have to hit that up then.
Yeah, like I really eat pizzas for the crust. Like, with the crust bullshit and the pizza trash. Like, I swear to God, like, I'll buy a pizza with just the crust. Like, if I could do that shit, like, you can cut out, like, the cheese and the dough, like, all that shit, and just give me the crust, and I'll pay good money for that shit. Like, fucking,
Hey.
put some butter on that shit, like some vegan butter or whatnot. Eat crust at night.
That's the move. Man, you got me hungry now. I'm gonna have to go grab something. The Mr. Pizza.
Yeah, Mr. Pieces or Monty's or some shit.